Sarah, Liam, hello. Very nice to see you here in London for Love Actually. A very endearing story because there's something very smart about it. It tackles all kinds of love more than, love all around. It's love in all kinds. Did you enjoy that aspect?
Very much, yeah. It was a gift of a script to read, and felt very privileged to be invited to join this cast of actors.
That is as wonderful and as delicious as romantic love is. It is always interesting and sort of heartwarming to look at different forms of love, and it's nice that this movie encompasses so many different types of relationships.
I know it's true. The dynamics of the relationships as well, and things that can work, things that don't. I'm sorry. It's not difficult to see why she was in love with Rodrigo Santoro for 2 years, 7 months, a few days, etc. Yes. Tell us about him.
Yes, Rodrigo. Poor Liam. Rodrigo's causing quite a stir, understandably. Rodrigo is an kind, sweet, profoundly handsome, very, very fine actor. And we had a very good time working together, and, thankfully. But there are going to be many, many people who are very jealous of me in this movie with him. Yep.
Well, your alter ego in the film was not a devastatingly handsome Brazilian actor, but very endearing, child actor. He was great. It's wonderful that dynamic that love gets substituted with another kind of love. Tell us more about the relationship between him and his stepson.
We're myself and my stepson are getting over the death of my wife, his mother, and that grief gets channeled into the extraordinary emotion of first love for him. And he's in the film, he's supposed to be a 10-year-old falling in love for the first time with a girl who doesn't recognize his existence on the planet. So it's a lovely segue from the grief of this death and to something very, very positive, that we're both going to take on board and help each other for him to get through or achieve this.
The stories are all intertwined, but they're all interesting. Did that mean that it changed the way you worked in terms of how you were interested in other story plots and the way other actors were living their film?
Not really. It was, each storyline could be its own movie. So there was, even though the roles are not large, there's an enormous amount to do within it. So it was very satisfying. And we were discussing yesterday how nice it is that it's sort of the responsibility of the movie, at least as far as the actors are concerned, is spread out amongst this remarkable cast.
Yeah.
So it's
there's no one person shouldering the whole film.
No, and it's such all these different ingredients of people, and but it was great fun and exciting to watch because you got to see all the storylines that you weren't there, you didn't see them film it, you didn't really know how it was going, and then to see them all put together was really a thrill.
What is Richard Curtis's special quality?
Kindness, I think.
Kindness. Yeah, he's very giving, and he does love actors,
person.
which is great. He creates a wonderful atmosphere on set, which seems very easygoing and very gentle, and yet it's very, very creative, and he's kind of like a daddy. He's like a big dad, And he was like that with everybody, even all the crew members and stuff. He for someone who has never directed before, it was like he shows remarkable abilities and remarkable ease.
Well, I think he's got this special quality of observation. When he writes his scripts, it shows that he observes a lot around him.
Sure.
So maybe that also gives a quality as a director. He observes a lot what you do. He's very keen on the details.
Yeah, and he just loves your contribution as an actor, and no idea is silly to him. He'll explore it, and ultimately maybe challenge it and say, well, I don't like that, but you certainly feel free to try anything with him.
It's a collaboration. He's very collaborative, And that always makes for a good environment.
Well, you saw, as a woman who's been in love with somebody and never dared telling him. Is there any, research you can do on that? Not in the term of research, but in the, girlfriends you have around you. It happened to them, or it happened to you. Is it an easy thing to?
Pause. I think sure, I've had crushes in the past, or things that have gone completely unspoken. So sure, I think the character itself is she was so full on her own, quite frankly, that I didn't really have to try and figure it out by looking anywhere else other than the script itself. I mean, it's such a great part, and she was. I felt so bad for her the whole time. I really did.
We all do.
Yeah, I know. But it wasn't the sort of thing where I had to go ask around. The situation is so clear. It's so clear that it came fairly easily.
Thank you so much to both.
You're welcome.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.